Hello, everyone.
Hello, and hello, Travis.
Hello, Travis.
Our zero person watching.
You need to not focus on that watching number so much. You get so stressed over that thing, Joe. It's not a big deal.
I just like to point it out. I just find it funny how there's a person in the comments, but it says zero watching.
Well, it takes a little bit of time for it.
I know. I just find it funny, brother.
Oh, I just realized. This description does not fit what we're talking about whatsoever. The title does. The title is spot on, but the description does not match what we're talking about.
Ignore the description.
Ignore the description. Just focus on that title, because we are talking about procrastination and technological advancements and what that means in today's society.
Such a broad topic.
It is a broad topic, but that allows us to elaborate a little more on it, right?
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for joining us here today. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and make sure you click that bell for notifications, because we've heard that sometimes there's been some issues with it actually notifying you when we're going live. So if you click that notification bell next to the subscribe button, that should notify you right when we go live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and if you drop a like on the video, that helps out too. Just helps us grow and reach more people with this show. So we appreciate all the support and the comments. I've been reading through a few of the comments that have been left on previous videos, and I've been liking what I'm seeing. So we have a good time with the show, and we're glad that you guys are enjoying it as well. So how was your day, Joe? We'll just start off
good.
with
I had a math league competition today.
Math league.
Math league.
So you're one of the math nerds.
I guess so.
I was more into the English myself.
Ugh.
English, history. History was my side of things.
I despise English.
Yeah. And how is, because you had musical practice today too, right?
Oh yeah.
Musical practice. You had it today and yesterday. How's the is it pretty sweet, would you say?
I mean,
for those of you that don't know, Joe is a sugar bowl. Get your permission slip signed, Joe.
I know.
Don't procrastinate.
I was actually thinking about that a moment before the stream started. My brother tried to get me back on track.
The irony of our title.
Yeah.
Dude, actually, we can jump right into that topic off the cuff here. We'll get to your random facts. Don't worry. We'll get there. Yeah,
I know, but I just want to see if any of these books have something on procrastination in them.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm checking the back.
So you can look this up, but while we're on the topic of procrastination, we've been being really bad procrastinators lately, Joe. When did we clean up this room? You wanna let our audience know when we, and it's not even clean. There's a bowl and a cup over here.
Oh, whoops.
So our weeks are pretty busy. Or at least my week is pretty busy. You're pretty busy too. You're all over the place in town and stuff, doing musical and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, no. When did we clean the room? Actually, only one of us cleaned the room because I was still getting home from work.
At about 5:50 p.m.
5:50. So, like 40 minutes before the show.
Yep.
And another thing, when did we come up with the topic for today's show, Joe?
Probably about 6:15.
Yeah, I think I texted it to you at like 6. So I was like, you know, what would be a good thing for today's show? And I was just thinking to myself, we are such bad procrastinators, and we need to get over this bad habit of procrastinating, because we need to buckle down and do better job at this show business. There ain't any business like show business.
By the way,
so yeah.
I don't know when it is, but pretty soon musical practice is going to be ending at 6:30 instead of 6. So that might push the show back a little bit.
Yeah. Is there any day that you're...
Every day of the week, except for Saturday and Sunday.
It's going to be till 6:30.
Yep. So we may have to push back the time.
Till 7. Is that starting next week?
I think it's... Well, next week is spring break. And the week after.
So not next week, but the week after.
I think so.
And musical is when?
Musical... Oh, April 28th.
April 28th.
So, about a month.
I will, don't worry. Don't worry, you guys. I will get some nice footage of the musical for it. Oh, wait, I can't record it, can I?
No, you can't, because it's a paid entry.
It's a paid entry. But I will get some footage of Joe in his costume after the fact.
Okay.
Don't worry. Don't worry, viewers. I got you covered. We'll get some nice pictures of Joe the Sugar Bowl.
I still don't know what my costume looks like yet.
You don't even have one yet?
No, I don't. But, however, I don't know how it's going to work out. Because you know how in Beauty and the Beast, there's that wardrobe character that's like, the point of her is like, they're huge.
Yeah.
And like, they can't fit through the doors. And that's their big
really
issue.
Big one.
That's their biggest issue with being an object instead of being a human. Well, there's a part in Be Our Guest where she's my partner for the dance. And if my costume's anything like I'm picturing, there's this part where she has to walk in like a circle around me. I don't know how that's going to work because her costume is huge.
It's a big rectangle. And you're going to be a bowl, a sugar bowl.
Yeah, but like if it's any like the size of what I'm imagining, it's going to be like I'm going to be like reaching out this far just to reach her arm.
Well, just dance as best you can.
I will.
Can you hold on to the doors? Just dance with the doorknobs, you know. Oh, man, that'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that, especially as someone who used to work in the theater. I always love going back and seeing the shows. So, with that, do you want to pull out a random fact?
Why, yes, sure.
Why, yes.
In fact,
give us a random fact, bro.
I'll try to find something on procrastination in one of these, but if that doesn't work.
See, like, actually, this should almost be something we do ahead of time. Is you should go through your book and have a few random facts prepped. Speaking of procrastination, Travis says green.
Oh.
Travis says green. From what I can see, Travis, right now you're the only one watching. we got a light audience today,
green book,
but we love having you here, Travis, and
here
chatting
I'll check in this book if there's anything
I expect more people to filter in as we go on here, though, because I know a few people were saying they were gonna hop on tonight.
Okay, is there anything about procrastinate? Things on prohibition?
Is that in the green book?
Yeah. Nothing on procrastination, though. So something's on the Protestant Reformation.
Okay, give it to us. Give it to us, Joe.
Let me just find that page. We're reading about the Protestant Reformation? Okay.
Go for it.
Page 675.
Nothing like the Reformation for you. Is this in America, then?
I don't know exactly.
Or are we talking like Martin Luther?
It says the Protestant Reformation, so I think that would have been Martin Luther. Let's see. Oh, I'm not seeing it on here. Okay. Oh, wait. There's a thing about the Vatican. Oh, irascible Catholic monk Martin Luther nails his famous 95 theses to the door of a castle church in Wittenberg, Germany, calling for an end to established papal practices such as the sale of indulgences. His crusade to reform the Catholic Church sparks the Reformation, as well as the eventual splintering of Western Christians into various Protestant denominations in 1517.
Dude, like, Martin Luther, man, he was
pretty brave.
Yeah, no joke. That dude, like, you imagine the scrutiny he got from the church after he did that? Oh, man. Pretty bold. So what are you doing? What are you doing?
I just took a sip of water.
Oh my gosh, Joe. What are you doing? We're live! And you're spitting ice cubes in a cup? Oh my gosh.
Oh well. There's only one person watching.
Right now? This goes up afterwards, you know. Recorded on the internet forever.
Whatever.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, I guess there's worse things that could be put up. So.
Me spilling water on myself and spitting an ice cube back in the cup.
Yeah. Before we go on to more procrastination topics, we do have a special new segment. And Travis, you are so lucky. You get to be the first one to see this segment.
Oh, gosh.
I have been thinking of this for the past 2 weeks and how we can actually implement it.
2 people watching.
Oh, we got 2 people now. Two people get to see
it.
it. Hold on. I got to bring up the image first. Because I need to prove that this was a true game of the price. But it is time for the That's right. It's time for that 50-cent feature game. This is where we're going to review a game that we have purchased for 50 cents or less. And that includes anything that goes on sale. And we're going to give it our honest review. So, without further ado, the 50-cent feature for this week, and actually it still is on sale, so if you guys want to pick it up, it's a hot ticket. We read the reviews. It's got some very positive reviews. So let's take a look here, shall we? It's called Mountain. And basically, it is like it says it is. It's a mountain game. It literally is. Where's the review or the let's see.
Oh, that's.
Oh no, we need about. Where's about?
It's the back.
Go back. Go back. We need the about section here. Oops, now we got beautiful music.
Mountain.
Where is these are updates about this game? You are a mountain. You are a god. That is the game. You are just a mountain. I've been told. I have a friend who played this, Mark, who said it's pretty good. And he already has his money's worth out of it. So I think to make something money worth, we're gonna classify that as you need to put in a half hour, because my typical money's worth amount is if I can get $1 or if I can get an hour for every $1 I spend on the game, that's a good game. I got my money's worth. So, few of the reviews here. Let's just go through some of these reviews real quick before we jump right into the game. We got really picks up after the 1,000-hour mark. Whew. I mean, that's I don't know if we'll reach that point. Mountain, much like Jelly of the Month Club, the gift that just keeps on giving. 10 out of 10. So I mean, this game has some pretty solid reviews. I'm looking forward to it. Aren't you, Joe?
I don't know. It seems kind of sketchy, but it's got so many reviews.
This is a good review, but it says it's the worst waste of money ever, but still the best waste of money ever. So I mean, 50-50 chance here on this one, huh?
Wait, what's the one? If I were $1, I would say to pass, but being 99 cents is a much easier pill to swallow.
But we got it on sale, and you can too for 50 cents. Limited offer here, 50-cent feature. Yeah. So let's launch it and see how this goes, huh?
Preparing to launch Mountain.
Ooh, it's over on this screen. I gotta drag it over. Okay. Typically, and see, this will typically be a recorded segment, but from the way that my friend described it,
draw something.
Draw something? Sadness. What do I draw for sadness?
Draw a frowny face.
It's okay. So like, should we add a tear?
Wait, make it full screen. Oh,
should we add a tear?
Add a tear.
There we go. I don't know if, oh, there we go.
Done.
Okay. Friendship.
Draw a high five.
Hold on. Before we do this, let me get the comments so I can see what people are saying here. over on this screen.
They're not saying anything from what
That's
I
all
saw.
right. That's all right. They can add stuff later.
Okay, friendship.
All right, friendship. What are we drawing for friendship?
Let's draw a high five.
A high five? All right. So we got to do a hand. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. On top of another hand
Dude,
with noise marks.
I don't know if I can do two hands. I'm not... Okay, I've never really drawn with a mouse. Give me a break, people, okay? Although not half bad for, Oh, boy, that was bad. That is a thin finger. And then do I do,
Like another hand
an
overlaying it.
Dude, I'm not doing another hand on that. That's gonna be so hard.
But, James, it's
No,
gotta be a high five.
is-
Otherwise, it's just one person. It's not friendship then.
I'm a lonely friend, okay? Done.
Privacy. Draw a lock. Like the lock.
Oh, like a lock.
Like a
What
padlock.
permission slip? So mom doesn't know about your permission slip?
Oh, yeah. It's for... I already had you sign one, but I lost it, so I need you to sign it
Oh,
again.
shoot.
It's for
That's
student council.
privacy.
And then draw a little lock symbol.
You mean like the key?
Yeah, the keyhole. That's not a keyhole. That's upside down.
Whatever, it works. I don't draw with mice or mouse, whatever.
You are being generated.
I'm being generated.
Welcome to
Ooh.
Mountain. You are Mountain.
Ooh, man, hold on. This music's really loud. Can I turn this down?
This is pretty loud.
Here, I'm going to turn it down. Hold on. There we go. Please
So,
enjoy.
What do we do? Click something.
Can I click anything?
What's the button in the top
Can
right
I-
corner?
Oh, this one. I see. Oh, that's the menu.
Okay.
Thoughts.
Auto.
Yeah, thoughts, quality. We want good thoughts. We want quality
Save
thoughts.
these thoughts.
I want quality thoughts on my mountain.
Controls nothing. So I guess we just wait.
But I can't.
Okay, we'll go
There
back
are
out.
no controls.
Do we just wait?
I guess.
Oh wait, saving.
Oh, it's saving. Wow, thank you. I appreciate the save, game. Now what? It's a beautiful mountain.
It is a pretty beautiful mountain.
I mean, can I zoom in? I can zoom in. I can. Oh, there we go. Look at that mountain. Well, I give it props. This is a pretty beautiful mountain. How far do you think we can zoom out?
Why is it raining?
Is it raining?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. The ambient sound is
Come
really
on,
good,
James.
too.
I've got a quarter the amount of pixels as you, and I still can see the rain.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Oh.
What?
Whoa, wait, what are the other dots?
I think those are stars, right?
But they look like other mountains.
Holy moly, you can really zoom out.
Oh.
That's it. That's all the further you can go. But I can't. That's it. I can't click on anything. I can rotate around the mountain. I can zoom back into the mountain.
Why didn't... What do we do?
This is it. This is the game. This is our 50 cent feature.
Is that really all it is?
Yes, it's a mountain. Congratulations. We have purchased this game. All right, shall we give it a review, Joe? What's our review on this game? What do we rate this game? What do you think?
It makes
bring us
me
back here.
feel like there should be more.
I mean, it is what it said it is.
I mean, yeah.
If you go back to the description, it just says you are a mountain.
What does that one... I saw a negative review. What did it say?
There was a negative review?
Yeah, I saw one as we were scrolling down.
Right there.
I lost my pistol and pitchfork. So you must get... There must be other ways to do stuff. There must be other things to do.
What? But there's no controls.
Maybe you need to wait for a long enough time.
That's gotta be a joke one. Oh man. All right. Well, what's our review? What do we give it? What is this 50 cent feature to you, Joe? Let's do a gradient scale. Let's say 1 to 10. 1 to 10. 10 being the best, You get the best game that you've ever seen for the best price. There has to be more to it. There is nothing more to it. I swear, that is all I see. You are literally... I mean, it changed color now. Here, I'll show you it now. But I swear, this is the game. This is all it is. This is your 50 cents. So what is your grading for it, Joe? Do you give it a 10?
I give it a 2.
A 2. You want to explain?
Wait.
What?
I'm looking at today's utter perfection. There has to be more, James. This can't be all it is.
I'm looking at today's utter perfection.
I thought I heard him talk.
I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything, Joe.
Maybe.
No, there's nothing more to this game, people. This is it. This is all I've seen. I mean, we'll leave it up for the rest of the stream, I guess. It's got some nice ambient sound in the background.
I guess.
But as far as that, I mean, this is it. This is your game. This is your 50-cent feature. So, you give it a 2. Why do you give it a 2, Joe?
Well, because, I mean, I've seen games that you actually have a fun time playing that are worth 50 cents. Remember Dinosaur Hunt?
Dinosaur Hunt.
Yeah. We had plenty of good time playing that game. That was only 50 cents. Super Hexagon. That was probably...
That is a 50-cent game. You put a lot of hours into that game.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're giving it a 2.
Yeah.
I think I'll give it... I don't think I'll get a half hour out of this game.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you could if you left it up. Think about if you're working on something. If you're working on, like, say, homework, or if you're working on writing something, or... It is peaceful, right?
Yeah, but for that you could
Would I call it a game, though, is the better question.
See, for me, even one of those situations, why would you spend 50 cents on this when you could just Google search blood and bacon? That wasn't 50 cents, though.
That wasn't 50 cents. Yeah, that was $1.
I actually had that one cross my mind, but
yeah.
I remembered it was $1, not 50 cents.
Yeah, that one does not count because it's not 50 cents.
Blood and bacon.
Because I don't think even on sale that would... Maybe it did on sale.
Maybe.
I don't remember. So, for our first 50-cent feature game, though, I don't know if I'd really call it a game. Because of that, I'm going to have to really docket some points.
Yeah, which is why I give it a 2.
I don't know if I'd quite give it a 2, though. Because it did... Oops. My camera still haven't... Speaking of procrastination, still haven't figured out that issue. I will continue to work on that. But no, you give it a 2. I don't know if I can give it a 2. I might have to go 3. I think I'm going to go 3. And for the main reason that it's very aesthetically pleasing.
Check it out again. It has to be something more.
No, there's nothing more to it. I swear, Joe. This is what I've seen from this game. This is it. I mean, we can bring it back up. Ooh, it's spinning really fast now. Here.
I think something's gonna happen, James.
I'll bring the audio back. The music is way different. It sounds cool.
Look, we're slowly zooming in.
Nope, no we're not.
Oh.
Because I stopped it. It's nighttime on the mountain. Oh, goodness. Oh, dude, there's the lightning bugs.
Go back into the settings.
Dude, there's nothing in the settings. Look at nothing. There's
do the
controls,
lowest
nothing.
thoughts.
The lowest quality thoughts?
Yes.
Oh no, you can do no thoughts.
I don't get it.
There is nothing to get. This is the game.
And it has to save?
Auto-saving feature, man.
Oh man.
It's a big deal. You better have auto-save.
Oh, it was a comment. That was cool.
That was cool. Yeah. So that's the game, Joe. So I'm going to give it, I think I said, I'm going to give it a 3. 3. Final verdict. No. Final verdict, it's a 4. It's a 4.
Why don't you give it less than a 4?
Because I think it's still pretty neat. And I think it'd be a nice thing to have this. It's like a water fountain on your desk.
I guess.
You know, if you've got that extra monitor, stick it up on the side, get to work, good
After
to go.
having to set it up by drawing a sad face and a high five.
Yeah, I don't know why it was that.
I wonder if that is part of like taking into what your mountain's gonna look like the shape of your mountain.
I don't know. I don't know how you would determine that from what I drew.
There must be some like mathematical equation.
There is your. It's got a total score of 7 between the two of us. Or no.
6.
6 because you did 2. 6 points. 6 points for that 50-cent feature. Let's move right along now to technology advances. Right?
I haven't covered procrastination yet.
What would you like to add to procrastination, Joe? What would you like to add to it?
Well, maybe
do you have something?
Just some classic stories of things that we procrastinated in the past.
Let me think of something. Or do you have something?
I have one very specific one.
All right,
that
give us yours.
Rather recent. So, at the end of trimester 1, so our school's set up on trimesters, for those that don't know, which is where you can have a class first trimester and third trimester, but not have it second trimester, so you have like a break. Well, my English teacher at the end of first trimester assigned us a book to read. And she told us, okay, you have to have it read by the beginning of third trimester. So, and we're going to have a test on the first day. Well, I read it 2 days before it was due.
Nice.
I sped read that whole book
nice.
in 2 days.
Nice. Okay, actually, that does bring up something for me.
Ender's Game.
How did you know? Yeah, so I wasn't much of a I'm still not much of a reader. But back in high school, we had assigned books that we had to read, and then we would have quizzes on them. And I put this one off so long where we had to read the last, I want to say it was 4 chapters or something like that. And I don't know if I forgot. I probably just put it off because I was playing video games or something. But it ended up where it was in the morning because I had English class, I think third period. So I didn't have time to actually do any of it. So I got to school and I crack open the book and I'm like, well, I'm not getting through all these pages because it was probably a good 50 something pages. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting through all these. So I like real quick, like read like 2 words from each page. Probably did no good, but I read like 2 words from each page, got to the end, and I read like the last few pages. Tried to read during band class, that didn't work out so well. And
oh, how did I do on the test?
But hey, I'm almost done. Okay. And then I went and I took the exam or the test for it that day. I got like a B. B minus. So I still passed it. It was crazy.
Okay, about that test.
Well, first of all, hi Zach. Glad you joined us.
Yeah.
And then second of all, yes. How'd you do on the test? What test?
Well, the test that I was talking about that she said she'd give us on the first day back from third trimester.
Oh yeah.
Well, over the break, my English teacher, she had an accident that caused her to like take off from work and basically like not be able to come in. So because of that, she was like, well, I'll see what I'm putting these kids through, so I'll read all these books that I'm having them read. And you chose what your book was going to be, so there was like multiple different options and you get to choose which one. Well, when she came back, she actually decided to cancel the tests because she said that they had too complicated of topics in them to be able to have a test after not reviewing the topic with anybody else with similar knowledge. So she decided to not have us take the tests. So I guess I have...
So you didn't take the test?
No. None of us did.
Nice.
However, I find it funny because in that class, so you got to choose what book you read based off of whenever your name was chosen out of like a random pick thing. And in that class, so it's the advanced English class, so it's like all of the super overachiever, all the like, most of them like being super overachievers, getting things done on like the first day They're or first or second or third day they're assigned like done right away.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not very many kids in there that are procrastinators. But all the people that chose the book that I did to be my group partners are like the 3 biggest procrastinators in the class. Like, well, the only 3 procrastinators in the class, really.
Wow.
And yes, we do have to make our own tests, pretty much, is what Travis just brought up. She is having us write up test questions based off our book to see what we think a fair test question would be. And I think she's having us take our own test. Either that or make similar questions based off that, and then we're going to take a real test on it. So, yeah. But I seemed...
Confusing. That's very confusing.
No, Travis is not my partner. He read a different book, Mom. So, however... Oh, I see myself inside this morning sunrise.
I'm trying to get it so that it shows up. It shows up with the whole screen, but it's not showing up with the whole screen. Just keep going, because I'm trying to figure this out.
Oh, okay. Well,
anyways, I want it to show up in the middle.
So we have this one project that we're doing also, where we took this thing called a multiple intelligences test. You know what those are? Like, there's like linguistic, mathematical, logical, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she told us to try and make our own projects off of the things that we got, like the 3 biggest scoring ones in our group.
Okay.
So, like, and we come up with the entire project. So there's like no rubric at all. It's just we come up with it, and she has to say whether she or not she thinks it's worth the amount of points that the project's going to take. Well, in our group, we decided to do 3 things. 1, make like a full-on model, because the book that we read is Miracle in the Andes by Nando Parado.
Okay, I got it, by the way.
So,
yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyways.
Because you'd been talking about it for a while. That's the book you put off, too, right?
Yeah.
You put off reading that book as well?
That's the one I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so because of that, we're making a model of like the Andes area, and we're gonna like
Speaking
map
of mountains,
out where it's going.
The Andes.
Yeah, the Andes.
This is very topical.
And it's snowing.
Is it? No. Oh, it is. Wow. Look at that. Here, I'll bring the sound back in for a bit. Hopefully we get some nice quotes out of this mountain today. I'm just gonna leave it there for the whole stream now, so you guys can watch it with us. You were saying, though, in the Andes, you're mapping out the Andes,
so
right?
we're like making a model of the Andes, and so the thing is, you had to make 3 projects.
Okay.
2 25-point ones and 1 50-point one. So for one of our 25-point ones, we have the model. The other one, we have a board game that we're making. In fact, this is one of the few times where I didn't procrastinate, because I liked the idea of making my own board games, because I love board games.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come back to something that I did when I was younger too. But yeah,
I really got hyped over that, and I wrote up all of the rules for it in like 2 days, and it's not due until after spring break.
That's that list that you showed me, right?
Yes.
That I'm like, I'm not reading through all of these rules right now.
I wrote a lot of rules.
Like, we're talking a list of rules.
Like 2 pages.
2 pages
like,
of rules.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Wow, look at the snowstorm. Look at that.
Man, it's blizzarding.
Oh, dude, there's snow on top of it now.
Man, right as we get to talking about the Andes.
Yeah,
and then
I know,
our
it's
last
perfect.
project that we're doing for 50 points
is
going to be like, so it's about this guy who, well, if you don't know what the Miracle in the Andes was, pretty much they got abandoned, or they had a plane crash in the Andes, and they did what they could to escape or get rescued. They took some pretty extreme measures, to say the least.
Yeah, don't give it all away in case someone wants to read it, you know. But
yeah,
they are insane. Who's insane? The game?
The game rules.
Oh, the game rules. I'm like, what are you talking about? Game rules. Okay. Yeah, game rules are insane. Yeah, I wouldn't play either. I agree. Your rules are.
Play?
I didn't even read through half of them. I wouldn't.
James, you play D&D.
Okay.
That's like 1,000 times more complicated.
You're right. D&D is pretty complex. However, you can stretch the rules on D&D to make it fit your story. It's all up to the DM. So the DM makes the rules essentially.
What about
adjusts and flexes the rules to make it work?
What about that one game you got for Natalie that you really liked? It was like Redacted.
That's not as crazy as what you're doing, though.
No, it's not.
It is. No, not nearly as crazy.
You don't remember the rule book of that thing? It was like this tall. It was like 5 pages thick.
Yeah, but it also had pictures.
Okay.
Yours doesn't have pictures.
Okay.
Yours is a wall of text for me to digest.
Okay. If I added pictures to it and made it to 4 pages, would that make it a little better?
I like my picture books, you know.
Travis, you gave it away.
Is it like Candy?
You gave away the extreme measures, Travis.
Oh, man. That was a good one, Travis. I'll give you that. That was fantastic. Real quick. We should name our mountain. What's the name of our mountain? What do you want to name it?
Funajimoto. Mount Funajimoto.
Funajimoto? Where did you come up with that?
I thought it was like random.
Okay. Hello everyone. Greetings. This is our mountain. Right here. What was it again?
Funajimoto.
Funajimoto. This is Funajimoto. Man, there's a lot of snow on it now. We want you to accept our mountain into the Basement Brothers family. and don't mistreat the mountain. Treat it with care. Funajimoto. With that, I think it's time to go on to our next topic. I know we barely scratched the surface of procrastination, but let's move on to technology advancements, because I think it actually ties in a bit with procrastination in the sense that I think it encourages procrastination sometimes. I think that we use technology sometimes to find ways around some of our problems, or it gives us excuses to not get stuff done. So, all right, would you agree, Joe? Would you agree?
I'd say.
Your game needs a rewrite. Yes, whoa.
I'm clashing with this mysterious night.
Thank you. What is it?
Funajimoto.
Funajimoto. I'm going to forget that so much. Procrastination can be a good thing at times. Whoa, there's a controversial topic. What do you think, Joe? Can it be good? Can it be good at times?
Can it be good? Well, I do fine.
But don't you agree that if you didn't procrastinate, you might be able to get more done?
I don't know, because sometimes when I put things off, then it causes me to like work crazy on something in like
so basically
10 minutes,
but
so.
what if you were to push up your due date then, like by 5 days? If you had 2 weeks, if say you had 2 weeks to do something, what if you pushed it up by a week?
Wait,
then your procrastination may only be until what, Friday?
I mean, there's been multiple times when things like that happen, but
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So is procrastination, can it be a good thing? I don't know. I think that's hard to answer, because you have to know your limits as an individual as far as what you can achieve and in what amount of time.
you have no idea how many times I did math homework on the bus last year.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I've done math homework on the bus. Yeah, that's a thing, you know? I think I've done math homework in band class. Legit. I think I've actually sat there. Yeah, exactly.
I've done that in orchestra.
Like, I can't be the only student who's ever done that. You're like, oh, they're practicing a section. Hurry, let's get a few problems done. I know.
I can't figure this out.
I know. It gets so frustrating.
James.
What?
That was a quote from the mountain.
That was the mountain? was amazing. That was amazing how well that fit into our conversation. Thank you. Thank you, Fuji, or wait. I don't even remember his name. Can we get a simpler name for this mountain?
Fujimoto.
What?
Fujimoto, I think is what it was.
I don't even remember. You don't even remember the name you came up with. You know what? The mountain is now named Fred. Okay? This is your new name, Fred. You better be happy with it.
How about we
Fred
name
the
it
mountain. No, Fred. It's Fred.
Nelpa.
No, I'm not going to remember Nelpa. I can remember Fred.
I'll remember Nelpa because I'll just look at this cup again. It says Nelpa. Well, it actually says NFLPA, but I replaced the F with an E.
Nelpa?
Nelpa.
Yeah, you'll remember, but I'm going to forget it. Fine, you're not Fred, you're Nelpa, okay?
Nelpa.
Nelpa the mountain has spoken into our conversation. You've now become a part of procrastination. I can't figure this out. Quote of the night from... See, I've already forgot the name. Nelpa. Quote of the night from Nelpa. What was it again?
Oh, I can't figure this out.
I can't figure this out. Quote of the night. Thank you, Nelpa.
And the tied
all right.
So perfectly to our
technology.
comment.
Someone mentioned something about technology. Most useful technology. Snipping tool in Windows 10. Yes. Agreed. Snipping tool is pretty fantastic.
I'd say Paint on Windows 10.
No. How often do you use Paint?
I use Paint like a daily.
I use Snipping tool daily at my job. Yeah. Literally daily at my job. I use Snipping tool.
I guess I could just use Snipping tool, but I usually just do print screen and then put it into Paint and then crop it that way.
Why would you do that? Snipping tool is so much easier.
Yeah.
You just bring up Snipping tool and...
I'm so used to just clicking the print screen.
For those of you that don't know what the snipping tool, because I do know some people that are like, what is the snipping tool? Literally, you go into your Windows search menu, if you don't know where it's located, and you type in snipping, and it'll be like the first thing that comes up. Yeah. And all it is a window that you can click on this like new button, and you can cut out sections of your display to then save as PNGs, JPEGs, whatever. It all saves into a picture format. So, ooh, look at that sun rising behind.
However, I would also argue that I would say that in a lot of scenarios, though, Microsoft Excel can be really useful too.
Yeah, but Excel, I wouldn't. Dad wants your definition of technology. That internal combustion engine has added. Yeah. No, I would agree that that's technology. Technology we were using as a broad term. So I would agree that tech. Oh man.
This is the most useful technology right here.
This is what technology has accrued to, people. Games like this, like the mountain. This is the pinnacle of human technology right here. This game is fantastic.
It's the peak.
You could say it's technology. Yeah, you could say it's the peak.
The peak.
Combustion engine as the greatest impact.
I would actually say the motor, the electronic motor.
I gotta think about that one. Of which ones had the greatest impact. Give me your argument for the electronic motor. Let's hear it.
Well, think about how deep or how far back electronic motors are used in modern things. Like our computers, they all have fans on them, and those fans are based off of electronic motors, which means any of your components would just get fried if you didn't have any fans, unless you wanted to do water cooling. Which, how does water cooling work? It pumps another type of motor. So computers wouldn't exist. I'm appreciating this summer morning.
Thank you, Nelpa. I was close. All right, keep going.
Okay, so and then there's also simple things down to an egg beater. Mm-hmm. A motor is also, it was used to invent the generator because it was literally just a backwards motor. So just the simple creation of most electricity nowadays was created because of the motor.
Yeah, but you could argue that the combustion engine was the start of that. That without the combustion engine, you wouldn't have had the production of the means to be able to create the electric engine or electric motor, not engine.
Is the combustion engine what's the combustion engine?
Combustion engine is like in cars, yeah.
Okay.
And with the combustion engine, and I think this is where the argument comes in that it was one of the most revolutionary or technology advancing things, would be that it inspired transportation and encouraged people to, or it allowed people to move goods at a rate that had not been like done before. However, you could argue for steam power as being one of the biggest ones, because that actually, I would almost say, I think steam power, I would have to argue that combustion engine, yes, while it was important, I think the biggest thing was the steam era, the steam engines, because that is really what kicked off the Industrial Revolution, and that's what started everything, basically. So, you know, that's what started our industrial era, the industrial age. So if we're looking back that far, that's what I would have to call the most, how did they phrase it? The most
impactful? Most impactful.
Impactful. I would say steam power, because then you were having expansionism and movement of goods at a completely different rate than before, because you were limited to carts that horses could pull. And now you have a train that can pull how many cars of goods or people out to the, out into the west. So it was a whole new era of moving goods and moving people.
I have made peace
with myself
during the summer morning. It's not even summer, Nelpa.
Dude, you know what though? We've already gotten our money's worth out of this game, and I just said we weren't going to. We gave this game a 6 out of 20. I don't know. I might want to up my score, but I it's final. 6 out of 20. That's what we gave it. Oh man. How much are my shirts? Oh, these shirts. This shirt have a wonderful week. I'd have to go look. Let me see here. Let me look that up for you real quick. 22 for this one.
Wait, that looks like a hoodie. Wait.
This is not a hoodie.
No, I thought it said hoodie on the side when you
were there are hoodies. You can get a hoodie, or
yeah.
You can get a long sleeve tee. Here, I'll put a link in the chat here. Let me just go back to the store page here. Copy that link.
But the thing is, but where would you consider? I mean, yes, steam power was very big in the aspect of transportation. Yeah. But had it not been for, per se, the motor or the generator, where would we be nowadays? We'd still be.
So you're right, because the electric motor, you could also say electric generator, because that's basically what an electric motor is.
Well, yeah, they go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand. So
what do you think has a bigger impact? High-speed travel or
I think travel has a bigger impact. I really do. Think about how much untapped resources were in the West, in America in general. You know what I mean? And even steam engine when it came to ships. You know? There was a lot of unexplored world. And I think that by getting better transportation than just horses, I think that really sprung us forward as civilizations. Do you disagree? Feel free to disagree.
I think that it did spring us forward by years, but I think that the invention of electricity, essentially, I mean, yes, there were forms of electricity before them, but it was pretty much useless before the motor or / generator. Yeah. There were some form. I'll get there.
I'll get there.
But there were forms of electricity, but it was pretty much useless. The motor made electricity have a purpose, and if you,
I think electricity had a purpose before, though.
Really?
Lights.
They would burn out really quickly. The motor was invented before Thomas Edison revamped the light bulb. It was invented by Michael Faraday in England. Before Thomas Edison.
Yeah, but you don't need a motor to run lights.
You don't, but how did the lights get their electricity?
Well, there had to have been ways of generating it before then.
There were ways, but it took massive batteries that
Oh, is that how? Okay.
And in order to just get a little bit, you need to have like an entire room full of batteries.
Yeah, because you're talking generators too.
Yes.
You're not just talking motors.
Mm-hmm. Because, well, the time of the invention of the motor was pretty much the same time as the invention of the generator, because they go backwards. It's the same thing.
2018 Chevy Traverse. I don't know. Do you know what car that is?
Nope. I think it's a truck. Maybe you may know. Maybe
yeah, it sounds like a truck. We'll look it up. We'll look it up here.
Okay.
We'll look it up. But you were saying, Joe.
But yeah.
Oh, we got a quote.
No, it's not a truck.
I feel connected to today's utter perfection. Didn't we get that one already?
Maybe? I don't know. Anyways.
Here, is this what it looks like? Is that what we're talking about? Chevy Traverse? That looks pretty sweet. I like it. I like it, Zach. All right.
How easy has
technology?
How easy has our lives become because of the invention, or because of electricity being created?
Yeah, you're right. I think our lives have gotten a lot easier with electricity, but it's metallic gray. Awesome. Okay. That's cool. No, I think you're right. Our lives have changed a lot with technology. However,
what happened to your mountain? Did it explode?
No. You're seeing it. You're seeing it from space. So I can stop it from spinning here. What's the mountain's name again? See, I'm gonna forget it. We're gonna have to write it down because I'm gonna forget. Nelpa. Let's zoom in on Nelpa here. See, there's the mountain, and it's raining right now. It's raining, but there's lightning bugs out.
That makes sense.
What a mountain. Oh, great Nelpa.
See, this would not be available had electricity not become useful.
Oh, no. What would I do without Nelpa? Yeah.
The mountain.
But none of it would have been possible without that first progression into steam power. Think about it. Where else, if you're looking at base power, right? Base power. What did they have before the steam engine?
They had water mills.
Water mills, I'll give you that. Water mills is probably the best thing that they had. Water and windmills.
Water and wind.
Water and wind. That is probably the peak of technology before they had steam. And look at how much of a great advantage steam power had over wind and water.
And I agree to that. Yeah. I just think that the creation of the motor had a more impactful thing than the steam.
See, I don't know if I'll agree with that. I don't think I will. Because it is cleaner. It is cleaner if you have renewable resources. Because I do agree with moving toward more renewable sources. However, now we're getting slightly political with our decisions here. But that's okay, because I don't feel bad about speaking out on some of this stuff. Because this is all technology encompassing. So turbo diesel.
I don't know anything about it.
I ought to say, now we're getting into stuff I don't know, Travis.
Yeah.
But when it comes to technology as a whole, if you're talking about power and delivering big amounts of power to individuals, I honestly feel like nuclear is one of your best solutions right now.
Yeah.
For a clean, affordable, well, maybe not affordable off the bat, but eventually it gets affordable because it pays itself off. And low waste, high power. Honestly, like, nuclear, in my mind, just makes sense, at least as a transitional
Also,
thing.
have you seen what they're working on in I forgot what country that was, but we recently watched a documentary on it in Science. Some company is trying to create a fusion reactor.
Yes, actually.
And that...
Oh, we got a quote.
I'd love to tell someone about this cold winter night.
Dude, it's surrounded by clouds. When it comes to that, yeah, because we're doing fission reactions right now.
That's what we commonly do because it's way easier to produce. And but the problem with fission is that it produces waste. It produces waste, and it...
There you go. You and my dad can talk, Travis. He knows way more about engines than I do. Way more.
But, the nuclear... the current fission reactors, they create a nuclear waste that does take up... And it takes a fuel. Meanwhile, fusion reactors, all they take is hydrogen. Literally the most abundant... chemical in the universe, maybe not on Earth, but in the universe it is.
Yeah.
And it creates helium, an element that we're lacking in on Earth right now. Not much, but it does create it.
It creates it, yeah.
And it creates immense amounts of power, crazy times more. Just compare an atom bomb to an H bomb. They both were. An atom bomb is the same power that's gonna be in a fission reactor. An H bomb is gonna be what's inside of a fission reactor.
Now the problem is creating a source of that's reliable.
Oh, yes.
And containable, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, not containable necessarily. It's they actually have created it. They've created it happen before, but their current problem is that it doesn't continue the reaction. So they'll get because what they do is they focus 40 some of the most powerful lasers in the world on one hydrogen atom, and it gets it to be so hot that it causes it to enter a plasmic state, just like in the sun. And they use that to create electricity.
No.
But the thing is, because they're only focusing it on one hydrogen atom, it only lasts for a billionth of a second. It does not last, and that's the current issue they're running into with fusion reactors.
If you want to get real deep into it, Joe, I know there's a video.
Oh, you unlocked an achievement in Mountain. Hello there.
Hello there. Oh man. No, if you want to get real deep into the fission stuff or fusion stuff, Linus Tech Tips put out a video talking about. He actually went to one of the facilities. I think it's in Canada.
Maybe.
You'd have to. Have you seen that video though? I'll have to show you it after the stream here. But
am I saying it's not efficient? I mean, no. I mean it.
It's not that it's not efficient. It's not that it's not efficient. It just doesn't last. Yeah, it's hard to make it continue.
Yeah, and continue controllably too.
And it's so hot too that it's hard to actually get temperature readings off of it.
Well, yeah. Well, just think about this. Fusing hydrogen into helium is the reaction that powers...
Hold on. That is a glorious image.
It is a pretty glorious...
Oh, man. And with that soundtrack... Oh, man. Oh. Okay, you were saying, Joe. You were saying.
But it gets, super... To give you an idea of how hot it can get, hydrogen fusing together to form helium is the same reaction that happens in the sun. The thing that is known for being immensely hot. So, obviously, our recreations of this, we don't fuse as many hydrogen atoms as the sun does, so it's not that big.
Right. And we're coming up on the end here.
Yes, we are.
It's coming up so fast. But
if you
fusion, maybe we can talk more about this next time.
I'm just gonna say I'll leave it off on this.
Yeah.
I think that if we are able to create it sustainable, I'm in awe of this smoky night.
All right. What were you saying? Your final statement here.
If we are able to make it sustainable, I think fusion reactors could be the future of clean energy because it's clean because there's no byproduct and it takes no fuel at all. So.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say one more thing. I saw someone mentioned Chernobyl, right?
Yes.
So Chernobyl, yes, that was a terrible disaster. First of all, it was in Russia. Not to say that Russia doesn't have safety measures, because I'm sure they had some. But there are so many safety measures that go in behind the scenes that we don't even, like, as the public, we don't even comprehend. I know that my dad used to work for a nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
And he has assured me that there are many different fail safes that for all of them to go wrong is so rare to actually happen. And if we built a power plant, a nuclear facility off of the technology that we currently have, I'm sure it would be even safer, because he worked in that one like pre-2000s, right? Yeah, like 90s. So to build it with today's technology, I feel like it would be
also
leagues better.
We've got I believe there's only 3 documented cases of documented cases of actually like catastrophic nuclear meltdowns. One of them, Chernobyl, was an obvious one, but that was more like, oh, we don't know much about this because it was the Soviet Union. They didn't really care too much. If we're honest, they just kind of tossed water on it and like if you like, no, they had helicopters drop water on it, and like they had miners dig underneath it to get to it. Like, not the safest of measures.
That was after the fact, though.
True.
I'm talking about how it was actually set up.
But
I'm sure they had some safety measures.
Yes.
I'm not saying they had the best.
They wasn't the best of the safety measures. And then another.
They were just chucking water on it, you know.
Well,
it's all
not
good.
Commonly, but you know what I'm saying. But then another one was 3 Mile Island. If you look up any documentaries on that, it was pretty much just like, oh, we're having all these failures. Or it says we're having this many failures. That's like impossible. It must be instrumentation.
Yeah.
So they blamed it on instrumentation and they tried to fix it. Meanwhile, the reactor was melting and they didn't know about it because they didn't think that it was possible. And then Fukushima in Japan was the third other major one that's coming to head. And that was because a tsunami crashed it down. And
it was a big tsunami.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a natural disaster. It wasn't human failure there. So I think for the most part, fail-safes nowadays have made it all fine.
Like, do you know how many different nuclear power plants are out there? And we haven't had or heard of more disasters going on.
They bypassed the safety measures. Interesting. Mom, I need you to clarify if that was which.
They bypassed the safety measures.
Which one are you talking about there? Chernobyl, 3 Mile, or?
It doesn't. In the end, it's probably the second one you were talking about. 3 Mile.
3 Mile.
Is that they bypass safety measures? I'm pretty sure. But in the end, what it comes down to is, I think we can eliminate a lot of that human error by implementing computers. And yet we can still double check and verify with humans. So there's very little to no error that can go wrong. That probably like 0.1% chance that something will go wrong. But I think it'll help us. And this is where, Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, they bypassed.
Yeah, and that's what we were kind of saying is Russia. So, but here's my final thoughts on nuclear power. That's Joe. When it comes to nuclear power, I feel like when it comes to advancing technology, and this kind of all ties in, when it comes to advancing technology, I feel like we had steam power, we had combustion engines, we had electricity, and now we're trying to jump straight to renewables when I feel like we need our stepping stone to renewables. And I feel like that's going to be nuclear fission. And that can jumpstart us into nuclear fusion or better renewables, better batteries, better stuff like that.
Have you seen those solar panel roads?
Let me finish. I think that nuclear in itself is that next steam power, is that next combustion engine. It is that next moving, driving force that's going to get us to where we need to go. So, solar roads. Yes, I've done some research on those. They're not good. They're not good. They need a lot more development, R&D.
Well, I've heard that they produce a decent amount of electricity, but they're so expensive from what I understand.
And they break down. But that's a topic. That's a topic for another show. We're already 5 minutes over. So let's just wrap things up here with a little outro music. Thank you guys for joining us today. We really enjoyed having some conversation playing some games, having some random
zooming
facts.
out on the mountain right as we're leaving.
That music, that timing. What's our mountain's name again?
Nelpa.
Nelpa.
Wait, is it Nelpa or Nelpa?
Nelpa, I think.
Yeah, Nelpa.
Good old Nelpa. Never leaving us astray, giving us them quotes all day. We appreciate y'all being here.
Are you a voice in my head?
We love having you, talking with you, and just enjoying this life together. So, with that, thank you for joining us tonight on The Basement Brothers.